Good morning, everybody. I want to welcome you here to Creating Cards with Debbie. My name is Debbie Foster, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I'm located in Bismarck, Arkansas. And I want to apologize that I'm not going live today. I'm doing a pre-recorded version, so bear with me. So, like I said, I'm creating cards with Debbie, and if you want to shop with me, you can click on that link that's scrolling across the bottom. It says www.debbiefoster.stampinup.net. And if you have an order that's under $150, I would like you to use that host code that's scrolling across the bottom, and it is ZCNYHXHH. And like I said, use that if your order is under $150. Set some things aside here. And today is the last day to subscribe to our July Paper Pumpkin kit. It is called Painted Petals. It's a card crafting kit delivered in fun floral box. And look how pretty that box is. So July is Painted Petals. And you have until the end of the day today to sign up for that. It says craft beautiful cards with unique watercolor designs and pretty layers. It makes 9 cards, 3 each of 3 designs. It includes printed cards and coordinating envelopes, pre-cut pieces and embellishments. So that's the kit that you can sign up for today. But if you don't want that, you can sign up for the August one tomorrow. It starts. And that says Time for Cake. And you can also add on the dies. That'll go with all 3 months. Stampin' Up's already doing that, so it's kind of fun to get the dies to go along with our kits too. Let me pull this down so you can see. Here's the July one. It's a flower die. And then August is the Hooray word die. And then September is a leaf. So they're all really pretty. And they'll coordinate with the 3 months of Paper Pumpkin. And if you want the add-on, it is number 164991, and it's $12 for the dies, all 3. And July is bonus days. It says for you can shop and earn a $5 coupon for every $50 you spend between July 3rd and July 31st. There's no limit to how many coupons you can earn. Make sure to use a valid email address when completing your purchase. So after placing your order, the coupon code or codes will be emailed to you. Save those emails, write down or save the codes, or even take a picture of the codes so you don't miss out on any savings. And then come August 1st through August 31st, you can redeem your coupons. Use as many coupon codes as you want during checkout. Tip, remember to separate each code by a space. And make sure to use them all before the month is over. Another fun thing for July going on. I've already started my orders. All right, and we've got our online exclusives going on yet. And this is showing some fall and Christmas items. So just go into my store in the section that says online exclusives and click on that, and it'll bring up all the things that you can purchase. And very pretty. Paper and stamp sets and all. And I'm not going to go through each and every one of those right now because I want to save a little time. But let's go ahead and get started with our cards. And I'm using the bundle that is Simply Zinnia. Let me get the dies out here. And that's in our catalogs. Find what page that is. Real quick right here. Simply Zinnia. Well, maybe it's in the online exclusives. Yeah, that's in our online exclusives. I was thinking it was in the catalog, but it's not. So this is one of our online exclusives. You can go there and shop. Let me get the glare off of that. So we're using that bundle today. And dies. I'm going to start with our fun fold today. It is a trifold. And I got the idea from watching Dina Rico at the Creative Cave. So I kind of stole the measurements from her and then I ran with my own ideas. So this is the card that we're going to be doing. It says, words fail to express my gratitude. And it opens like this. And then it opens again like this. And I'm using a designer series paper that I used on the front. And thank you so much is on the inside. So let's go ahead and get started with that. Let me put it up here so I can see what I'm doing. And I've done some of the prep work already. We've got this one is Berry Burst cardstock, and it is 5.5 inches by 8.5. Well, no, it isn't. Let me back up here. Get the measurements. Okay. The base card is 5.5 inches by 8.5 inches, and then it's scored at our typical 4 1/4 inch. I'm going to burn that edge with my bone folder. And then I've added our designer series paper on there, which is, you write this down. I believe it's 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And I've glued that down to the front of the card. Then I come back in and I die cut that portion out using the dies that are called, double shuffle here, where they at. This is in another bundle. It's in the Wildflower Designs bundle, but these are just called Wildflower Designs dies, and I use this one here. So I love those dies. The stamp set is not available right now, but the dies are available. So if you want to check that out. But after I die cut that out, I glued them both together. So I've got this I can use for something else. That's even pretty. So it goes just like this. And this cuts out the negative and the other side. So it has 2 cut lines. Okay, so we've already done that. We die cut the center out. And then I have our designer series paper. This is 8 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And then you fold it in half. Or you can score it too if you get 4 inches. This is our inside layer. And this is going to go just the opposite of the other one. So we're going to glue that down to the center. So let's go ahead and do that. Bring our adhesive over here. And get that put in the inside of our card. And make sure you got it opening the right way. Okay. Try not to get glue on my fingers here. And line it up where it needs to be. And I think that might be a good spot for it. So even if you're watching this on the replay, be sure that you click that like and share button. And if you're watching it on YouTube later today, I'd also appreciate you subscribing to my channel. And I believe there's a share button there and a like button that you can click. I've got glue on my fingers here, and let me close up my glue. So here's our card so far with the hole in the center. And then it opens like this. We're going to set that aside, and we're going to bring over some scrap paper here. This is our basic white. And here's the stamp. We're going to stamp our flower. And I'm just going to use our black Memento ink. going to ink up our stamp. And I'm going to just put that down on my paper. And I'm going to close this up just a little bit. And now I'm going to color these. I'm using the Berry Burst Stampin' Blends, the light and the dark. And then I'm also using the Dark Summer, or the Summer Splash light and dark, to do the stems of the flower. And I'm just going to do a little bit of this because I've already got it colored already on another one. So I'm just going to do a little shading here with the dark Berry Burst. And I did the coloring ahead of time because I knew you didn't want to sit and watch me coloring. It takes a little bit to do this. But once it's done, it's really pretty. So there's that. And I'm just going to come back in with the light and fill in those flowers. Right, camera, yeah. My stomach was causing me some issues this morning, so that's why I didn't go live. I'm doing the pre-recorded, so I can stop it if I need to. That might be too much information. Hope everybody's doing well today. We've got beautiful sunshine here in Arkansas, and it's supposed to be getting back up in the 90s again. I think all week it's supposed to be that way. I'm going to just color in that center the same. All right, so there's one flower. Now let me go ahead and do one of our stems here to show you. I'm just going to go where the stamp is, got an image at, and do my shading there. And here on this one. Now we're going to come back in with our light Summer Splash. And the rest of that stem and leaves. And I'm doing a sloppy job of color in here, going on the lines a little bit. That's okay, this is going to be die cut anyway, so it's not going to show my mistakes. And there, you can kind of get the idea of it anyway. That's what our flower looks like. And then we'll just die cut that out using the die that's in that bundle. This one right here, we'll cut out the flower. But I have already done that ahead of time. So here is the one that I finished beforehand. Right here. Now we're going to figure out where we want to put that. It'll fit in our opening here. But I want to kind of position it so it's showing really good, because I want to put a banner across there too. So let's bring my glue back over here. And if you wanted to, you could put that up on dimensionals, but it might interfere with the banner. So I think I glue it down flat. A little glue on my glass mat here. Oh, and by the way, the glass mat, along with the other things that go with it, is in our online exclusives. You can buy it now. I think it's like $60, $65, something like that. I haven't looked, but I believe that's what it is. And so do a search in online exclusives and it should come up. Just put in glass mats in your search engine. I love mine. I work on it every day. Okay, so there's our inside so far. Like this. But now we're going to work on the banner, and I'm going to do some heat embossing with that. So I want to bring out my embossing buddy. It's just a little sack that's got powder in it to get rid of any oils that might be on the paper from your fingers. Have some of that. And then I'm going to bring over, this is our tray that's in our store that you can get. The embossing buddy and the reverse tweezers and a little brush to brush off little flicks. But let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to use a stamp set that says, "Words fail to express my gratitude." I'm going to use a Versamark ink. I'm going to ink that stamp set. Sentiment. And I'm just making sure I've got plenty of Versamark on there. And I'm going to stamp that centered. And I'm just going to let it soak into the paper just a little bit. And it's kind of crooked. And I think I might turn my paper over and do it again. Turn my embossing buddy over here. And we'll repeat that again. I'm going to pull that down so I can see it a little bit better. This is a good one. Close up our Versamark ink pad. And I'm going to use my tray. Something is in there and brush that out a little bit. I don't want that mixed up with my powder. And I'm going to dump out our black embossing powder. Get a little bit more here. I want to make sure I got good coverage. That looks good. Now we're going to take our tray. We're going to take off the cap and dump that back into our jar. Use my brush, and some's clinging to my tray. I'm going to help it along here. And that looks good. I'm going to set that out of our way after I get the cap back on it. Just kind of know where to set it at. And here in the corner, I guess. Make sure you put the lid on your embossing powder. You'll have it blowed all over the place. And I'm going to bring my heat gun over here, and we're going to heat emboss this. Use my tweezers to hold it in place. This is our heat emboss gun. You can find it in my store along with the tools that go with it. That little tray that I just used. You can buy separately. do it. It takes a little bit for the gun to get warmed up where it needs to be the right temperature to help the embossing powder. It's working on it now. You don't want to overheat your embossing powder either. It doesn't look like it's wanting to change for me, but I think it's doing. Put the gun out of the way. And we're going to bring our card back over here, wipe some of that powder off. And then we're going to place our banner across. I'm going to try to keep from covering up the flower too much. I think I'm going to put mine a little bit lower on this one. And I'm going to hold that in place with our adhesive. And you know that my adhesive of choice is the Tombow, the green glue, or whatever you want to call it. Okay. I think we're going to place it right about there. And make sure that's straight. I'm just going to hold that for a second here. And my inside layer. Now we've got another basic white that's going to be our inside layer. And that measures 2.5 inches by 4 inches. So it's not my standard size that I usually use, but I wanted to change this up a little bit. And that'll go right there. But I'm going to stamp our sentiment, which says, thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much. Bring back our black memento ink. Tap, 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 tap. That looks good. And now we're going to put that on the inside of our card. And I think I've got some embossing powder on my glass mat here. All right, and then put that in the center of our inside card layer. Okay, got that so far. And put my ribbon. The ribbon that we're using is the large check ribbon. This is the black and berry vanilla color. But I used my Stampin' Blends, and I used the dark to color my ribbon so it matches my card. So I used the dark berry burst to color that. And then I made a bow ahead of time to save a little time. And we're going to determine where we want to put the bow at. I think maybe right there. I'm going to use a mini glue dot to hold that in place. Pick up that glue dot and place that along the edge of our banner there. And let me see something here. I want to straighten out my bow a little bit. It's got kind of twisted when it was in the packaging. So we're going to persuade it to behave itself. Okay, I guess that's not too bad. And I'm going to bring my ribbon scissors over here, and I'm going to trim those tails with the ribbon. And this one just a little bit. All right. So we have that. And of course, we got to bling up our project using the rhinestones. These are the Rhinestone Basic Jewels is what it's called. And I'm going to add a little bling to this. Use my take or pick tool to grab those rhinestones. And I'm going to go with the large at this corner, medium right next to that. I guess I only did 2 because I've got the bow over here, so we're only going to do 2 of the rhinestones. So here's our card that we've got done. And it's "Words fail to express my gratitude." That's embossed. I don't know if you can see that well, with our flower on the inside. And then it opens again and it says, "Thank you so much." So that's our card number 1. Let me clean up a little bit here. We're not going to use any heat gun anymore, so place that away. And I've always unplugged my heat gun when I'm not using it because it could accidentally be turned on by a cat or children that might get up onto your workspace. So it's just a safety measure that I do all the time. And I'm going to bring a baby wipe over here to kind of brush off some of that embossing powder. Okay. All right. And I want to do our next card. Well, I'm going to show you a variation that I did. I did this using the Country Time paper. Oh, and I didn't show you what paper I used on this. This is from the Unbounded Beauty 12 by 12. And I used this pattern here. This is the outside and that's the inside. But I used the country, what is it called? Countryside in Saturn Series paper. On my other one. So here's my other one that I did. And I did the bow using Night of Navy. Or no, it was Misty Moonlight I used. So here's that one. And that's what the inside looks like. So which one's your favorite? Put in the comments and I'll check it later. Either the Berry Burst or the Countryside In one. Well, this is Unbounded Beauty. It's a paper, but it's on Berry Burst cardstock. So that's just a little fun there. Okay, so let's bring out our next card. I think I've got most of the prep work done on this one. Instructions right here. So here's our second card. It says, "Sending flowers and thinking of you." It opens this way, but I haven't put anything on the inside yet. So we're going to work on that with this card, I guess. Figure that all out. All right. Our card base is going to be the Peach Pie 4 1/4 inches by 11 inches. And then it's scored in the center at 5 1/2 inches. So we're going to fold that over and burnish that edge. And this isn't folded right, just kind of cockeyed here. Alrighty, a good edge. And I have our basic white is, get it out of here, 4 1/8 inches by 5 3/8 inches. And I've embossed it using our new embossing folder. It says Cute Crochet. So you can kind of see. I don't know if you can see it that well on the paper. There we go. There's a good view of it. Very pretty. And like I said, that was 4 1/8 inches by 5 3/8 inches, and then I embossed it. So I'm going to attach that to our front of our card. When I have an embossing folder layer, I like to make sure I get up against the edges with my glue so it doesn't lift on me. It should be good on that. And place that down on our card front, leaving a border going all around it. And well, it's not sliding very well. Let me see if I can persuade it. There we go. All right, and then we've got another peach pie, which is 2 inches by 5 3/8 inches. And we're going to stamp on that. We're going to put some flowers on that. And I'm using the image that's just the lone flower by itself. And I'm going to use peach pie, which I don't have here, pie, our image. And we're going to do some stamping. Let me bring a scrap paper up here so I don't mess up my work surface because we're going to be stamping off a little bit. And the right side of this. And I'm going full strength. Sometimes I do a stamp off, but we're going to do full strength on this. And you can alternate your stamp. Put a bunch of flowers on here. Let me turn this around this way. Oops, one at the bottom. I'm going to squeeze another one on the side of that. All right. Here's our peach pie. There's my messy paper. And this is going to be attached to the side. I guess I should have put that on there. Well, it's supposed to have glued on my layer yet. Can I still get it off of there? Let me pause. Okay, I was able to get that embossed layer off of our card base. I need to add these to that first in case I need to trim anything down. So we're going to go ahead and attach our stamped layer here using our liquid glue, whichever adhesive you prefer. And that's going to be put to the side. And wiggle time. That's good. And I don't think I need to do any trimming. It looks like it's perfect. Okay, and before I do attach that to my card, I want to add some ribbon. I wasn't sure if I wanted to go with the green or with the peach color. The peach color kind of blends right in, but I think I kind of like it better than the green. Yeah, I think I'm going to stick with the original, the peach pie ribbon. And that ribbon is the bordered ribbon and peach pie. These all come in the new in colors, so you can get a peach color ribbon to go along with your other things that are the new colors. Words are hard. I was struggling there for a minute. All right, with this one, I'm going to use my stamp and seal. And I'm going to get the cap off. Summer tight. And I'm going to add a little bit of adhesive on the back side here to grab that ribbon to hold it in place. And I think I've got it over where I need it, yeah. That back on. Grab our ribbon. I should have my silicone mat over here. Let me get that. It won't stick to the table. And try for how long with the ribbon here. We're going to go right here. I'm going right up against the edge of our paper, the peach pie that we stamped. So line it up with that. And that looks fairly good. Turn that over and attach it. All right, now we can attach this all to our card front. I'm going to add some glue. I'm going to add a little glue on top of that ribbon so it attaches good. Okay, silicone that out of here. Putting our card front back over here. And I'm going to center that. I think that's straight. Looks like it's straight. Okay, so that's what our card front looks like so far. And then we've got some scrap paper here of our basic white. And I'm going to grab my Simply Chamois. I'm going to clean my stamp off. Look at my stained Simply Sammy. It's well loved. It still works. We just rinse them out with water. And it does stain the surface a little bit, but it's still usable. So don't let that fool you. It's still good. I'm going to stamp 2 flowers. And 2 leaves. Here's the leaf image. And 1, 2. The third one on here. Yes, we can. There we go. There's our ink pad. All right, we're going to use our peach pie Stampin' Blends and our Summer Splash Stampin' Blends to color our flowers in our leaf. So I'm going to start out with the dark. And again, I'm just going to do a little shading where our lines are. You probably hear my husband out there mowing again. He always chooses Wednesdays to do it for some reason. But at least he's enjoying himself. Trying to do this quickly, not messing up too much. There's a truck going by on the highway. Okay, I think we've got our shading done in there. And I'm going to go ahead and color the center with the dark peach pie. Oops, this one right there. And then we'll come back in with our light peach pie and color our flower. I'm just going to go around the outside edges, and then I can do the center a little faster. And when we're done, we're going to die cut these out. Or if you don't have a die cutting machine, they're probably going to be too hard to fuzzy cut these. I know some of y'all don't have die cutting machines. But if you want one, they're in my online store. We have the full-size one, and then we have the mini ones. We have it in boho blue and then the white. We shop my store with that scrolling across the bottom there. Okay, I think that flower is good. Get a little more here. Now we're going to use our Summer Splash, the dark, and outline our leaf. And I do the shading with the dark on this also. I'm just following the stamped image lines here for the shading. And then we'll come back in with the light, Summer Splash, and color that all in. And this one here. Maybe making me all dizzy by turning my paper so often. All right, let's go with that. Now we're going to bring our baby boho blue over here, and we're going to die cut those images out. And I need my dies over here. If I were to set things out here. This one and this one. That was back in the package. I don't use them. Alright, I should be able to run these all through at the same time. Leave up here so you can see. And I've got some washi tape over here I'm going to use to hold those in place so they don't move on me. And our flower. And I'm going to turn it. Okay, it goes right there. Washi tape to hold that in place. And a top plate. And run that through without shaking the camera too much, I hope. Alright. Set him over there. Here's our flower and our leaf. And I'm going to put these in here so I don't misplace them. Alright, and I've already done part of this ahead of time. I only had to do one leaf and cut them out. And I used a different color on that, so I hope that looks alright. I'll card back over here. Do some assembling. We want to use dimensionals. I just glued that one down directly. One of them I just glued down, and the other one I placed on dimensionals. So we'll use this one on dimensionals. And pop off those backings. We're going to attach this one first with our glue. And I'm going to be facing this way. And then we're going to attach our other flower on dimensionals just underneath that. And I'm thinking right about there. It's a good place. And our leaves are just going to be glued down directly. They're not going to be popped up at all. Let's drop that one. And we're going to slide that up underneath our flower. And then another one we'll put underneath him. And this one's going to we're just going to kind of crisscross over the other one a little bit, like so. All right, but we're not done yet. We need to do our sentiment. I have a strip of basic white that is a 1/2 inch by 4 inches. And we're going to stamp our sentiment on there, which is this one here. And this comes from the Thoughtful Expressions. This, oh no, that's not right. Never mind. I think this is in the, yeah, we're still in the Simply Xenia. I used some other stamp sets too for my sentiments on some cards today. So I'm kind of confused there. All right, we're going to use our black and so ink. And we're going to stamp that on our little strip of paper here. Close up our ink pad. And then I'm going to bring out our peach pie ink pad. And I'm going to drag our sentiment across my ink pad to give it some color on the bottom and around it, just to give it a little color. All right, whoops, I turned it upside down. And that's going to be placed up on dimensionals. Where did I put them? Well, right beside me, it could have bit me. All right. Put one at each end and then one in the center. Take those backings off. And then we're going to place that across the bottom of our card. Hold that up, see if it's straight or not. Okay, so there we have our card. Sending flowers and thinking of you. I didn't put any bling on this. I did use my Wink of Stella. Kind of blinged up my flowers a little bit. It just brings out the color more. I don't know if you can see that in the camera or not. It's shiny. Okay, so there's the front of our card, and I don't know if I want to put anything on the inside. I think I'm going to leave the inside blank for now, and then when I figure out what to do with it, if it's going to be for a birthday or whatever, I can add a sentiment on the inside to fit what need I have. Okay, so let me see, 51 minutes. I think I'm going to stop there for today, because when I do a pre-recorded video, it won't let me go over an hour. So I'm at 52 minutes right now. So I think I'm going to stop right there. And I did have another card, but I might come back in and do a short video for that. So just stay tuned, watch my page and see if I add anything. So I will be back next Wednesday, which will be July 17th at, I think I'm going to change it back to 10:30. That works really good for me, the 10:30 time for Central Time. So until next week, y'all have a good rest of the week, and maybe I'll do another video after this. So stay tuned, watch for any announcements that I might have. So until then, let me bring my cards out here and show our two cards. Let me know which one you like best. The Berry Burst card with the Unbounded Love Designer Series paper, or the Peach Pie flower with the Simply Xenia. All right, I'll say goodbye for now. Y'all have a good day. Thank you for watching. Bye.